So we've done some more work with thinking about, well, what does a facility like this cost?
Good evening. My name is Karen Arrington. I oppose my taxes going to what should be a private enterprise, the Slaughterhouse. Your job is not to gamble with tax money, taking on a variety of unnecessary liabilities.
When I think of the challenges that our county is facing right now, one is deteriorating roads. I think all of us can agree with that, probably. We don't have enough teachers or bus drivers. We have hospital staff shortages. We have gun violence. We have an affordable housing crisis. We have an access to quality, affordable health care, mental health care, and dental services. Our utilities are high. And with American Rescue Plan dollars, a lot of these issues could be addressed.
Instead of misusing and wasting $2.5 million on such a horrible project, that money and resources could be put to positive use.
There's so much in our county that needs to be addressed and resourced. Every one of us wants our children to grow up in peace, learn how to be kind and gentle to others, the earth, and animals. Let's put our focus on how our public resources could be better invested in a healthier, planned food infrastructure as a good framework.
I guess my question would be, there's 67 other counties in Florida. Are any other counties pursuing the ownership or the funding of a meat processing facility that you're aware of?
Not that I'm aware of in the state of Florida.
Okay.
So if we wish to present or maintain that this particular proposed slaughterhouse and meat processing facility will be an exception and will not share the characteristics of such facilities nationally, but rather will provide safe and excellent employment conditions, I request that you present me with the plan of how this is going to be accomplished.
One number you need to tell everybody in this room is how much is the calculation going to cost a farmer to slaughter his or her cow, pig, goat, or sheep. What is the user fee on this program?
Your vote to spend over $5 million to build a slaughterhouse is neither progressive nor kind. Why are you supporting this system of oppression while correctly, in my opinion, criticizing others? Why the disconnect on this particular issue? There are less harmful ways to feed people, ones that don't have such a negative impact on our environment, human health, and animal lives. We can do better for our community.
In addition, the proximity of the slaughterhouse to the neighboring community would create a negative impact on the well-being of residents, who would be forced to deal with the smell and repercussions of this dismemberment process. Finally, the establishment of a slaughterhouse in this community would send a negative message to potential visitors and investors, potentially hindering its future growth and success. This would negatively impact the tourism industry and could harm the local economy in the long run.
The negative effects on public health and the environment could have significant financial losses for the community. The stench emanating from this facility can reduce property value in surrounding areas, impacting the local economy.
Do you guys really think that putting this in our community is going to raise property value?
One of the concerns that I have heard is the owning and operating of the facility. So my question is, if the county doesn't move forward, would the city of Newberry consider owning the facility?
I don't know.
And they don't have to comment if they don't want to, but they're here and they have an opportunity to.
I mean, I'll be glad to put that on an agenda item at a future meeting, and we can discuss it.
Describe for me, I've never been, the UF Meat Lab facility, as the size of it. What does it look like? Is it comparable to what we're talking about here, or is it smaller?
Somewhat, yeah, somewhat.
What's the age of it?
The age of it? Facility was constructed in '85.
Are you looking to upgrade and have your own facility? A newer facility?
No, sir.
Ooh, good one.
No, sir.
Good one.
Okay, you're not. Okay.
No, the mission of the university is pretty different than what the mission of this would be, to the best of my knowledge.
Well, that's kind of what I'm getting to as far as the mission of the county.
I do not want us to run it. And if we can't find a quality operator, I am with you. We don't belong running this.
I know 67 other counties haven't touched it. And I've talked to a number of my rural county friends that looked at this a couple of years ago and they're like, we're not touching this. We support it. Someone else needs to do it. We're not touching this.
The real issue here today is nobody wants to do the killing. What an ironic circumstance.
So I urge all of you, before you move forward with this project, to go to a slaughterhouse and you witness what you think is in the best interest of this community. Because this is not, in my opinion, what public dollars should be used to be spent on. It's not. The ranchers didn't want to build it. Why not? Because it's risky. And they don't want to spend the money. Why are you using $2.5 million of public money on a facility that is hostile?
We have $2.5 million that we can really do a lot of great things with. We could practically get certifications and training for hundreds.
Thank you.
And I believe we are just beginning to hear the pushback of not public support because I'm not a meat eater, not public support because this is not government's job. This is just not public, how public funds should be used.
Alachua County has a shortage in our schools of teachers, bus drivers and staff, behavioral issues, lack of academic success, credit card debts, extreme poverty, ethnic and racial disparities, gun violence, ill health, and families living with much conflict and violence in day-to-day lives. These funds can be distributed in such a way that would change the very face of these enormous problems.
Thank you. Appreciate it.